Oh, you made me jump. I thought it was Florrie coming back.
Love, did you send me that pie I asked you for downstairs tea?
Yeah, do you want it?
Yeah, I may as well take it with me now. Any news?
Do you mean about my mum and dad? Well, they're looking at number 13 tonight. I think they'll be there now, you know.
You think they'll take it?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, well, don't look so miserable about it.
Oh, I don't know, honest. My dad must have worked like stink to get £200 together. I can't remember him having about 20 at one time in his life.
Well, at least it shows willing.
Aye, but for how long? I never knew anyone who hated work as much as he does, you know.
Well, perhaps he's turning over a new leaf.
That'll be the day. Honest, my mum's as bad. She thinks he's every woman's dream rolled into one.
Sure, that's very nice for her, you know.
Ah, but he thinks it and all, and there's many one that tells him. What do you think of him as a man?
Well, he looks as if he's been around, you know, not even on his own doorstep either. A bit like me. Every wrinkle tells a story.
Aye, and there's plenty of wrinkles and all. Oh, I meant him, not you, honey.
Thank you very much.
Oh, honest, it's not just him, it's all of them. I mean, look at me, mum. She does her best, but she's hopeless. If you had to have a test to have kids, she'd come bottom and she'd be daft enough to go in for it and all.
Look, love, I wasn't the best of mothers myself, and I can't even pretend that I did my best either.
I mean, look at our Sylvia. She's in a remand home, you know, in need of care or protection or something.
What about the other?
Trevor. Do you know, I don't know if it's brains or dead cunning with him, but he's the only one that lands on his feet in our lot.
So I take it you don't want to join him?
Oh, well, would you?
Oh, love, I don't know enough about it. But I'll tell you one thing. If you want to, you can always come round and stay with me. You know that.
Right, thanks. I'll remember that.
And don't you forget it. See you later.
Right.
So, your dad's interested in number 13, is he?
How do you know?
He's just gone in there with old Wormhole, the landlord.
I mean, how do you know it's me dad?
I've met him. And let me tell you for a start, my girl, that man's the biggest uncouth I've seen in this street since Jed Stone left.
Well, thanks very much, Mrs. Sharple.
Speaks very well of you and all. What was it he called you? Oh, aye, a scrubber. Well, I think he'd be just about right for number 13.
And what do you mean by that, Mrs. Sharples?
Had a long, unhappy history as that house. You've only need to look back 3 or 4 years to see it for yourself. There was Christine Hardman's mother, May. She died on the stairs and nobody heard her calling. And then there was Christine herself, threatened to throw herself off the roof of the raincoat factory. But there's insanity in that family and I always said so. And then there were the Booths. They didn't have such a good time there, did they? Is he superstitious?
No.
Look, I thought you weren't so keen on having them here.
Oh, look, Mrs. Sharples, I'm not very keen, but they've come and we're all going to have to put up with them. That includes you and all, Mrs. Sharples.
Hey, Stam, Luke. We got 2 taps.
That's a good start, isn't it? Well, how much do you want for it?
£700, £700, and that's firm. I mean, we couldn't possibly come down from that. We couldn't possibly. I mean, you just study the market. Why, it's a giveaway at that price.
Hey, you said 600 before we came. It was on that bit of paper.
600?
Oh, yes. That's right, didn't it, Stan?
600, you heard her, mate.
It was on that paper you had.
Wait a minute. Oh, you're right, Mrs. You're absolutely right. Yes, the £700 house was the one I just sold. It weren't a patch on this one, though. Not a patch. And believe me or believe me not, there was a queue outside. Of course, it was the advertisement that did it. I mean, once you put an advertisement in, you have to stave them off, you see. I mean, there's a big demand around here, you know, a big demand. That's right. Take another look round. Upstairs, if you want.
You haven't advertised this one, then?
Well, no, I haven't got around to it yet. But if you like the place, well, it'll save me having to cope with the rush, won't it?
Well, seems a lot of money.
Do you know what they're paying for houses like this in London, missus? £2,000 to £3,000. Without the word of a lie, £2,000 to £3,000. Oh, it's shocking. It really is shocking. Mind you, I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't do it. But then, you see, I'm like that. I mean, that's what I'm like, you know. I mean, it's like my wife says, Alfred Wormhole, she says, Alfred Wormhole, you'll never be rich. You're too soft. You're altogether too soft. I'm soft, you see. I mean, that's what I am. I'm soft.
You can't bring it down a bit then.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that, Mrs. No, Mrs. Ogden, no, I couldn't possibly do that. I mean, that's right. You see, I know it's the practice to put a bit on to take a bit off, so to speak, but, well, when I fix a price, it's a fair one. No, I couldn't possibly bring it down. Well, not more than about 25 quid, say.
Now, look, Worm, we'll stop rabbiting, will you, and shut up. I know you're going to rob me of a flaming fortune. That's your business, isn't it? But I want this house. And I can see no sense in wasting good supping time arguing, right? But you're not going to rob me blind.
Oh, now, steady, old chap. Fair's fair.
I'm offering you 550. If you don't like it, you can lump it.
Well, I'll have to think about it. I'll be back in about 10 minutes and call a nature. Tell you what, take another look round. Look at the bathroom, see what you think. God bless you both.
Oh, Stan, go on, pay him what he wants. I love this little house. Don't let's lose it.
I've made me offer. Don't worry. We'll get it, love.
Annie, I do wish you wouldn't stand there looking on. You know it makes me nervous.
Honestly, I was just thinking, to see you washing glasses, one would think you'd never washed a glass in your life before.
Well, what do you expect? You standing there watching me like a cat watching a mouse?
Well, you're so clumsy.
Clumsy?
Yes, you are, love. Clanking them about in the water, smashing them down over there. Glasses are made of glass, Jack. That is how they get the name. No wonder we have so many breakages.
Now, look, Annie, love, just because you've got a gammy hand, there's no need to take it out of me.
No. No, you're right, love. I'm a bit irritable, I'm sorry. Anyway, you're wonderful in the cellar, and you're a lovely landlord. And one can't be clever at everything, can they?
No.
Yes, sir.
Oh, half a mile, please.
Jack?
What brings you round here, Mr. Wormhole?
Oh, business, lad, just business. Business, you know.
Have you sold 13 yet?
Well, as a matter of fact, I've got a couple looking round it at this very moment. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I won't say more than I'm hopeful. Thanks, Mr. Walker.
Thank you.
If you don't get rid of it, you're going to give it away.
You're joking, of course.
That can't be much of an asset.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not worried, Fairclough. I'm not worried. Council will buy it anyway when slum clearance gets this far. Good health.
Cheers.
Still, you never know your luck. Ogden's may have it. That lad of yours and you did some very good work on there.
Jerry Booth, mate, not me.
Oh,
Still wants a bit more doing to it, though.
but is it worth it on a £550 house?
550? You're joking.
Well, that's what they're paying for it. That's their offer. For them as has no home, it's a giveaway.
Giveaway's right, isn't it? They're giving you about twice what it's worth.
I hope.
Well, you carry on hoping, Mr. Wormhole, because there's one born every minute.